Shalom, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashim HaMashiach Yahweh Shai. And I want to give double honors to the Apostle of the Great Millstone, the rule well. And I want to give honors to the Akim that's out here pushing his truth and sincerity to the four corners. Shalom. Basically, I'm going to come out here, I'm going to talk about, I'm going to go into Jacob's trouble, because you know that we're about to enter them times. So it's good that, you know, we get out here and put these scriptures out here, man. So basically, once again, blowing the trumpet so our people can know what's going on. And I ain't gonna wait. It's out here raining and shit, but it's okay. You know, the show must go on. And this is I'm gonna start in Ephesians. This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10, and it says, "How you doing, my brother? Shalom." And then it says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahweh and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." And what that means is just have total faith in the Most High, because we got to trust in the scriptures, you know. And I'm going to continue on. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh," Salaki. You got to know every time we get out here and preach this truth. Even in a place like this, you're going to get some sirens come through to try to stop what you're doing. But like I said, the show must go on. And again, this is, I'm picking back up at Ephesians 6 and 12. And it says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." And so what that means is, you know, we wrestling with the spirit that is put on these heathens and these Edomites, you know, that oppress us. You know, they all hate us, you know, and there's a spirit put on them to destroy us. But there's also a spirit put on these other nations, not, you know, put on these other nations to supply us what we need. You know, and we already know that comes from Yahweh, because he said he's not going to let us utterly be destroyed. So, you know, anything good we get from our enemy, it was only given to us through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. So, and then it says, and then I say, so, you know, but just don't think just because this devil smile and wink at you, you know, he give you a little something, he hit you with a little this, a little that. Don't think he good. Don't think he your friend. Only reason why he's doing that is because the spirit of the Most High was put on him to do that for you in these times. You know, the scriptures say that we should go to him in thirst and nakedness and in want of all things. So anything that, because we're in this captivity, anything that we want, we have to go through him to get it, because he is the ruler of this world right now. So, you know, just don't think because because I've heard people say, "Oh, I've had plenty of white friends and plenty of this and plenty of that." You know, the only reason why they do anything for you because the spirit of the Most High was put on them to do that. Other than that, you know, I'm gonna give you an example. You may need something, and the Most High may be in the season to bless you. So when he does that, whoever you go to is going to help you. So when you go to that person for that help, they're going to help you. Okay? And it's going to be your enemy. So, and they're going to come with smiles and cheer, and, you know, it's going to be all good. But as soon as you get what it is the Most High had them bless you with, if you ever have to come back to them for anything, you're going to see a whole different person. You're not going to see the same person. You're going to be like, damn, I thought they was cool. They did this for me. They only did that because the Most High put the spirit on them to do that. They still your enemy. They still want to kill you, you know. And like I said, the spirit was put on them to do that by Yahweh. He's still your enemy, and he's still going to try and kill you off like they're doing right now. This is why you see so many of us dying in the streets right now. Because the spirit was put on, be it us, our own people, or our enemies, to kill us all, you know. And then it says, so have full faith in these scriptures, you know. So like, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, and ye may be able to withstand in the evil day. This is the evil day. And having done all to stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. So put your faith in the scriptures so that you can function effectively in these evil times. Because as long as you know this demon is your enemy, you're gonna know how to deal with this man. You're gonna know how to deal with these people. You know, you gotta know that there's an underlying cause. I mean, it's not a strange happening that we're the most talented people on the planet. We're the most productive and constructive people on the planet, but we also at the bottom of the barrel. Why is that? You know, you got to understand the scriptures. You know, and then it says, and your feet shod with preparation of the gospel in peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh. So don't try to take on this devil because don't try to take on this devil because you know who he is. Because for one, you can't win this thing against these heathen without Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. So go up against this evil with some guns and whatever is put on your spirit to go try to rile up with him against you're not gonna make it. You know, you're not gonna be able to beat Esau. You know, I hear people say it all the time. Fuck this devil. You know, we're gonna go get some guns. We're gonna roll on these devils. Man, you running that's like going to a war with a slingshot, and this motherfucker got hand grenades. You got a gun. He got guns. You got a gun. He got nuclear weapon. He got shit that he can just throw out there. It won't make no sound, no smell, and everybody be dead. You know, you can't win against this devil because this demon is wicked. You know? So don't try to take on this devil, you know, just because you know who he is. You know? But the fight is, you know, this is for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You know? You're going to have to rebuke this devil, you know? The Most High going to keep him at bay to the point in time because everything is going according to prophecy. You know? So he's going to keep this devil at bay. So he's not going to be able to do shit. All you got to do is stand the truth. And speaking of standing the truth, there's a lot of us falling out of the truth day by day. But I'm going to go to Jeremiah. This is book of Jeremiah 30th, chapter 30th, and I'm going to start at 18. It said, Thus said Yahweh thy power, Behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places. And the city shall be builded upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. So, build it upon her own heap, it just means this kingdom is going to be reduced to a heap of dust. It's going to be destroyed. And a new kingdom, you know, the kingdom of Yahweh, is going to be rebuilt to replace that old kingdom. And it's not going to be built here. It's just a metaphor. So when this kingdom falls, our kingdom is gonna come, the kingdom of heaven. See, right now it's the kingdom of the devil. The scriptures say Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. So after his kingdom is over with, what's up, bro? After his kingdom is over with, ours will rise. You know, we're gonna rebuild Jerusalem. The power is gonna be there. It ain't gonna be here in America. You know, this place is gonna be reduced to a heap. And so, and the roles is gonna be reversed. And I'm gonna continue on and say, and out of them shall proceed Thanksgiving. And I ain't talking about no goddamn Thanksgiving holiday either. You gotta pay attention to the scriptures. You know, these words, you gotta really know the etymology of words. So when you hear me say something like that, don't think I'm talking about a goddamn holiday. And out of them shall proceed Thanksgiving, and the voice of them that make merry. And I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. And when his kingdom comes, you know, it's going to be the total opposite of the one that we in right now. Ain't going to be no more oppression, you know, not for our people. And even the other nations that's going to serve us, they're going to be treated more fairly than we were treated because we are honorable people. You can see that right now, every day. Right now, if a white man come into a black neighborhood, now y'all know this to be true. He come into a black neighborhood, ain't nothing going to happen to that white man. At best, you're going to hear dumbass Jake say, yeah, that nigga the police. He the police. Ain't nothing going to happen to that dude, though. Bring your ass into a motherfucking white neighborhood. They're going to call the people, and they're going to come kill you, or they're going to kill you themselves and be justified. You know? So, we always, even in our lower state, we are more honorable people than them. And it said, their children also shall be as aforetime. and their congregation shall be established before me, and I will punish all that oppress them. So yeah, the Most High is going to punish every nation who ever had us in captivity. That's every single one of them, except for Edom. Esau is going to be destroyed utterly, according to the book of Obadiah. So, you know, his spirit going to come back into play, but them as a people, the way they look right now, they're going to be utterly destroyed, according to the book of Obadiah. So I hear a lot of people say, yeah, I can't wait till the kingdom come. Esau going to be my slave. Yeah, he's going to be your slave in the spirit, in another flesh. But the one he in right now, the Most High said he is not going to leave one. He said he shall utterly destroy them. So, and then so it says, and their nobles shall be of themselves, and their governors shall proceed from the midst of them. And I will cause him to draw near, and he shall approach unto me. For who is that engages hard to approach unto me, saith Yahweh? And ye shall be my people, and I will be your power. Behold, the whirlwind of Yahweh goeth forth with fury, and continuing whirlwind. It shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. And that's just prophecy about them, you know, about the judgment that's going to befall these other nations. And then it says, the fierce anger of Yahweh shall not return until he have done it, until he have performed the intents of his heart. In the latter days ye shall consider it. These are the latter days. So when he sent his judgment on this world, that is when all these things is going to come to pass. You know? And he is slowly but surely sending his judgment in increments according to prophecy. This is the way he's doing it. And so, we're going to get a little bit deeper into Jacob's trouble. So, and I'm going to start at, this is Jeremiah 30:1. The word that came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, thus speaketh Yahweh thy power of Israel, saying, write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. For lo, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will bring again the captivity of my people, Israel and Judah, said Yahweh, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. So when he called again our captivity, that means he's going to break our bonds. He's going to break our bands. We're going to come, the captivity is over with when he does that. And these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus said Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. So when the Most High come back, how do you think they're going to look when they come back and they see a Negro coming through the skies with an afro? I mean, he's going to look like pure terror to these damn Edomites. How do you think they're going to look? You think they're going to turn pale? Some of them going to die just seeing them, going to pass out, you know. They're going to drop dead. And everybody else who see the destruction that's going on around them, it's going to be a sight to see. And then it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So the elect of Jacob, the elect of the lineage of Jacob, or the elect of Yasharallah of Israel, and that's the 144,000 and the 1/3. Those are the ones who's going to be saved out of it. Eventually, all of Israel shall be saved. Even the ones that's going to die that second death, they're going to still be saved. They're going to be born. We're going to have to, after all this death and destruction, we're going to have to repopulate. And when we repopulate that kingdom, what's going to happen is we're going to have sex and bring forth children. And these spirits are going to be born back into the kingdom. They're going to still make it. They're just not going to make it through that second death because of their iniquities. You know, but the faithful, the 144,000, the 1/3, Lord will not be one of them. I'm what they call the hopeful elect. I hope that I am. Just because I'm out here doing this work, just because I go out here and preach and try to live by the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, that don't make me elect. I could get it just like everybody else. And then it says, for it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, that I will break his yoke off thy neck. That means he's going to end his dominion and his rule and his oppression over us. and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. So these people ain't going to be able to do what they do right now. That's over with. And then it says, but they shall serve Yahweh thy power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith Yahweh, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return and shall be in rest, and be in quiet, and none shall make him afraid. So what the Most High is telling you right now is that he's going to save. First of all, he scattered us to the four corners of the earth. So in every city, every state, every nation, every country, every village, every town, any place where there's people at, we got people of our nation, people of Israel, Israelites are there. They might not look like us through confusion of faces, but in the spirit they are there, because he spread us throughout the world, to the four corners of the universe. The four corners of this universe anyway, this world, And so he's going to reach and get them from all those different places, And I can show you it's a difference from the captivity that we do right here in America and the people that he's going to snatch from all these other places. Because it says, therefore fear not thou, my servant Jacob, said Yahweh, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. So we're not going to have to worry about none of this shit that we're worrying about right now. It said, for I am with thee, said Yahweh, to save thee. Though I make a full end of all nations, whither I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee. So he's saying, every place where he scattered us, and we've been oppressed by these people, he's going to end their ass. It's going to be an end to their ass. But he's not going to fuck us over. The salvation is for the Jews. And then it says, but I will correct thee in measure, and I will not leave thee altogether unpunished. So he's going to save us, but we ain't getting away scot-free. He's going to still step into our ass. We still got to be judged for our iniquities. And then it says, for thus said Yahweh, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. So all the shit that we've done since the beginning, man, is just terrible. He can't look past this shit. Even though we served this captivity, and we've been oppressed, and we served our punishment, we still have to be judged by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So he said, there is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up, thou hast no healing medicines. So it ain't no getting healed from the affliction of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. There's nothing to save you except, the Messiah when he come through and when he cracked that sky and come through and pass judgment. And then he said, all thy lovers has forgotten thee. They seek thee not, for I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. So the 2/3 that's going to be destroyed, he ain't just slightly afflicting them like he's doing us. He's utterly putting pain on their ass like he don't know them. He's going to treat their ass like they were strangers. He's going to afflict them so bad, he's going to treat them like he treats the other nations. He's going to utterly destroy them. He's going to utterly destroy them. And there's going to always be people that's part of the elect that's going to see this shit, because we're not going to suffer that. We're going to see it going on all around us, but the elect ain't going to suffer that. And there's going to be people crying, talking about, oh, they took my mother, the Most High took my mother. You're going to be sad. And so the Most High say, why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity. Because thy sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee. So he said, don't cry for these wicked motherfuckers. They're getting what they got coming, because this is the punishment they got coming. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. So anybody who's ever did anything to our people is going to be done to them. And all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. So that's everybody. Because don't nobody like black people. All y'all going into captivity, all you other nations. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. And all our shit that y'all took from us when our kingdoms was up, our riches, our documents, our lineage, our history, all of that stuff, we're going to take it back. And all that prey upon thee, I will give for a prey. Y'all hunted us down there, we're going to hunt, it's our turn. Like Zabak and them say, we got next. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith Yahweh. Because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, who no man seeketh after. So they doing this shit because they feel like the Most High done casted them off. Don't nobody fuck with them like that. So this is why we doing it, because we can. Just simply because we can. And the Most High is going to make an example out of them for that. Yeah, he's going to make an example out of them for that. You know, that's why I always tell you, the best way to deal with your enemy is to find out who the fuck he is. If you don't know who your enemies is and who your friends is, then you fucked up. Because you're going to play right into their hand, not knowing that these motherfuckers are against you. That's like you going out, just say for instance you hit the lottery, and all the motherfuckers that you hung around your life all your life. I'm talking about your own black brothers that you hung around all your life. You get that money, and you might feel like, man, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go hit my people. I'm gonna go hit my homie, what's the name, why. I'm gonna hit them because I know they fucked up because we was in this thing together. Soon as you get back with that money, they gonna kill you for that shit. Because the first thing on their mind is, hey, you ain't finna get them nothing, you know? Because this is how we were programmed to think. This was part of our curses. This is part of what we going through. So this is the reason why we're gonna be saved. We're gonna be saved because we are good people, you know? Even people that y'all say is bad people, they said I was bad when I was coming up, you know? Now I serve the Lord. I come out and I preach this word and I teach this word, try to work on my people to who they really is, because they don't know. They'll walk around all day and think they're African Americans. They don't even know that they're not even African or American. We Israelites, you know? And for y'all don't know, throughout our generations, he said on our garments, we should have a border of blue and fringes. You see that? That border of blue and them fringes that represent the laws, statutes, and commandments that we are to keep. Because there's many of them. You know, so I would like to give all praise to Yahweh B'Shem HaMashiach Yahushua. I want to give double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, the apostles who rule well. I want to give honors to the Akim that's out here pushing the truth and sincerity to the four corners. I want to say Shalom.